What is going on, guys? My name is Fuck. What is going on, guys? My name is Swaps, and this is the 7.0 PTR, currently the pre-patch for Legion, and I am testing out a whole bunch of new classes, specs, things that have changed, PvP talents, a whole bunch of good stuff's in, and for anybody who is a fan of Holy Priest, good news. It looks like we're going to be viable again in PvP. Obviously, this is subject to change. They could nerf us into the ground before the patch goes live, which, touch wood, doesn't happen. But currently, as it stands, Holy is looking really strong in PvP. We have some really cool new cooldowns. We have some awesome new abilities. Things that you can't access at the moment on the PTR are leveling past level 100, obviously. Any of the artifact traits or the artifact ability or the artifact itself through the quest line. Most of the other stuff, including the class balancing, the new PvP system as far as giving you a flat template and your gear not really affecting your stats, all of that is implemented along with the new talents. So let's have a look at those first. So the first talent is Enduring Renewal, which basically means anytime you single target heal a target with Renew on it, it refreshes your Renew back to its maximum duration. I really like this because I'm a big fan of Renew. It's one of the biggest reasons I loved Holy. It's an obscure reason I'll give you, but I don't know, it's something about that spell in particular that I really liked, and this passive is just really nice. So on the second tier, Angelic Feather, it remains largely unchanged. I think it's slightly a slower movement increase, speed increase than on live, but still has the 3 charges, still the 20-second cooldown. I love it, can't get enough of it. On the third tier, now this is our like CC tier. So you have Shining Force, which basically gives it's a 1-minute cooldown, and it gives you or any target that you cast it on basically like an Elemental Shaman's Thunderstorm ability, knocks them back and slows them for 70% for 3 seconds. 1-minute cooldown, I don't really like that though. I mean, I guess it would be good to peel melee off you, but I'm choosing instead to take Censure, which turns your Holy Word Chastise, which we do have on live currently. It's a 3-second Incapacitate. It now turns it into a 5-second hard stun that will not be broken on damage. It still has the damage component to it as well. It does 50k holy damage when you use it. And it's a 5-second hard stun now, and it's still only on a 30-second cooldown. So basically, think Paladin's Fist of Justice or Warrior Stormbolt. So the next tier, Light of the Naru. Serendipity reduces the remaining cooldown on the appropriate Holy Word spell by an additional 2 seconds. Now, Serendipity has changed a fair bit from the way that it currently is on live. A couple of things that you may notice already is we no longer have chakras, which, I mean, chakras were good in a way, but they were pretty outdated and they were very clunky, and you really only ever use the 2. I mean, you could macro into using all 3, but anyway, not getting into that right now. So the way that Serendipity works now is that you have 2 main heals that are affected by Serendipity. You have Holy Word Serenity, which is a massive single target heal, which is on a 1-minute cooldown, or you have Holy Word Sanctify, which is a reasonably strong AoE heal, which is on a 1-minute cooldown. So they're not exclusive. If you use one, it doesn't put the other one on cooldown, as you can see. But now that it's on cooldown, it's on a 1-minute cooldown. What your Serendipity is, any of your single target heals, like heal or flash heal, reduce the remaining cooldown on your big Holy Word heal. And if you use AoE heals, it reduces the cooldown of your AoE Holy Word. So Light of the Naru just adds an additional 2 seconds off that cooldown. So you can see, as I cast Flash Heal here, you can see that Holy Word Serenity's cooldown gets reduced. So it's nearly off cooldown now. So I can use it again, and Flash Heal, and you can just see it takes big chunks off the cooldown off that. So I really like that talent. It seems to be, that this is going to be our big Holy Words are going to be a big part of our rotation, so I think that having them off cooldown a lot sooner will be beneficial. Surge of Light is the exact same that it is on live, so your damaging and healing spells have a chance to give you a free flash of light, and it can actually store up 2 charges now, which is really good. So on live, if you have Surge of Light proc there, and you get another one right after it, and you haven't used your first one, you've just lost a free flash, whereas now you actually get 2 charges, which is great. And this really works well with Light of the Naru. You can just get an instant free flash, which also cuts another 2 seconds off the cooldown of your Holy Word, which is great. Divine Star is kind of back to the way that it originally was prior to the nerf that it got. And what I mean by nerf is anybody who played Priest previously, Divine Star, Halo, and Cascade used to do, even as a Holy Priest or a Disc Priest, used to do both damage and healing to all targets that they hit. And then they changed that so that it would only do healing if you are a Holy Priest or a Disc Priest. Because you had Holy Priests and Disc Priests using Halo, which is a monstrously large radius, and it was doing damage to rogues and druids in stealth, and it was breaking them out of stealth, and they were getting salty. Now they seem to have changed it back to the way that it originally was, so it deals damage to any target that it hits, and it has a funky new animation, which I think looks pretty cool. I'll show you guys now. So, and it gave me my free flash, and that would have just reduced the cooldown on Serenity. Again, the same reason I'm taking it as the same reason I take it on live is that it's a relatively short cooldown, 15 seconds, and it has no cast time, which means I can't be kicked while using it. Finally, level 100. So this one is the biggest change. We get this Apotheosis, which is a 3-minute cooldown, which you enter a pure holy form for the next 30 seconds. All of your healing that benefits from Serendipity, the Serendipity is increased by 200%, and it reduced the cost of your Holy Words by 100%. So basically, like your Holy Word Serenity and your Holy Word Sanctify become free, they don't cost anything, and as long as you're using other heals that reduce their cooldown, they're going to come off cooldown really, really fast. Apotheosis also has a really nice animation. I'll show that one to you now. But what I'll do is I'll use Holy Word Serenity and show you the difference in how quickly Apotheosis reduces its cooldown. So I'll use it now, and we'll see it'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 flash heals without Apotheosis will bring Serenity back off cooldown. But if we use that again, that's what it looks like. You can watch the cooldown is 1, 2, and then it's back off cooldown. Use it. 1, 2, and 3 for that one because I got a Surge of Light proc last time. Use it again, and it's just to give you a comparison of how strong the heal is. So your flash heal, my flash heal is currently healing me for about 40k non-crit. My Holy Word Serenity non-crit heals me for 168k. So you can see that this is going to be your big monstrous, kind of the same way you'd use Saving Grace on live right now, but without the benefit of being able to spam it, but also without the downside of having the debuff after using it. So I like Apotheosis. I've tried a few of the other ones. Thus far, I really like what I'm using here. Again, this is all subject to change. There are plenty of things that can affect what we're going to take. A large portion of those are the PvP talents, which again I haven't quite unlocked all of them yet. I'm just starting to do Battlegrounds to try and get them all unlocked so I can give you guys a full guide. Okay guys, so one of the final things that I wanted to touch on in this video before I end it is the ability prune. Now the ability prune has hit some classes a lot harder than others. Holy Priests, I don't feel like we've copped it quite as bad. We still have a couple of different forms of CC. We still have a really diverse toolkit, and while I understand it's a point of frustration for a lot of people playing the game, they feel like it's dumbing it down, I have to disagree. I think that if done correctly, and I feel that at least for the Holy Priest in particular, they've done it correctly, I think that it's a way to consolidate abilities, it's a way to clear out a lot of clutter, and to really refine and hone classes individually, and not have just bars full of abilities that you use maybe once in an entire battleground or something like that. Abilities like that to me aren't fun, and I just don't see the point of them. Thanks for watching. My name's Swaps, or information about motherfucker.